When cops across the country coordinate with each other, it's certain that the outcome is going to be fruitful. Yes, the coordination between the cops in Bengaluru and the cops in Ahmedabad has proven beneficial in solving a case of murder that took place in March 2013. Now that the accused have been nabbed, we tell you who they are and how they committed the heinous crime. Take a look.
This is Rishabh Jewellers on the busy ESI Hospital Junction in Rajaji Nagar. This was the scene one got to see here on March 23, 2013. Everyone had gathered outside this particular shop after they saw cops arrive at the spot. A murder had taken place at the shop, and by the looks of it, one understood that it was a murder for gain. When cops arrived at the spot, they were shocked out of their wits because the murder and the loot had taken place in broad daylight.
Rishabh Jewellers was murdered sometime today afternoon when he was alone in his shop. It is assumed that some culprits entered his shop and looted the jewelry, during which they also committed the murder. In the recent past, yes, but there have been murders for gain. So in that way, yes, this is a murder for gain in a jewelry shop in the recent past.
When cops started investigating the case, they identified the deceased to be 45-year-old Shravan Kumar. When they examined the body, they found stab marks on it. He was brutally bludgeoned to death. Police said that the murder took place between 2:30 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. Shravan was all alone in his shop when the assailants turned up pretending to be customers. He is believed to have been viciously attacked when he tried to resist the intruders, who dumped his body under the table where he sat. Everyone was shocked that the miscreants had the courage to walk into the store in broad daylight and commit such a heinous crime, though the shop is situated at one of the most crowded areas in Rajaji Nagar. With the police station being just around the corner, this incident was surely a shocker. When cops investigated the case further, they learned that Shravan had political links too. Yes, Shravan was BJP leader Leher Singh's brother-in-law. When Singh was informed about the mishap, he and Law Ministers S. Suresh Kumar rushed to the spot. When cops tried to hold a modest estimate value of the valuables that were looted, it came to at least 1 crore rupees.
This is Rajaji Nagar. This is a very crowded part of Rajaji Nagar. Behind me is the Rishabh Jewellers. Now this is a jewelry shop where suspectedly 2 or 3 persons came into the shop, and the jeweler was there. The jeweler is a relative of Leher Singh. Leher Singh is an MLC and someone who was very close to Mr. B.S. Yediyurappa. Once he died, they have virtually cleaned up the shop. Virtually they have ransacked the shop, taken almost all the jewelry and decamped. Now, suspectedly, it looks like the persons who have attacked this place are at least 2 or 3 persons. It could be more, even 4. They came into this place in the guise of customers. They came into this place in the guise of customers. Now, this is a very crowded area. Now, to my left is the ESI hospital, which is less than 100 meters from here. Less than 400-500 meters is the Rajaji Nagar police station. This is a very crowded part. Let me show you the traffic. This is the kind of traffic you can see at peak hour. This is a very crowded part of Bengaluru, and here these persons have chosen to attack this jeweler. In fact, you can see the rush. This is a signal here. You can see the kind of crowd at the signal. This is such a busy junction. When they've attacked the jeweler and cleaned up the place, the amount stolen from here, even with very modest estimates, could easily cross 1 crore rupees. Perhaps this is one of the biggest jewelry thefts and robberies in recent times. This has come after a murder, because until now we have not seen a murder. We have seen persons using force, robberies, thefts, but not a murder in recent times. This is a murder, and it looks like the handiwork of professionals.
Shravan had been running the shop for over 5 years, but never trusted anyone enough to hire them as an employee. On the fateful day, the maid who came to the shop only when Shravan was present waited for a while before she returned. Shravan opened his shop later than usual. The assailant who entered the shop portraying his customers ransacked the premises and got away with the valuables as well as the CCTV system along with the recording box with them. They were smart enough to take the most vital clue along with them. None of the people in the neighboring shop suspected anything, even as the horrifying attack and the robbery was going on. The crime came to light only when a goldsmith who was summoned by Shravan Kumar for some work came there and found the shop ransacked. On investigating further, to his horror, he found the victim under the table covered with blood. Shrieking for help, he ran out, after which Venugopal, the proprietor of the optical shop next door, went to the shop and asked him to call the police. Though the assailants tried to outwit the police by sabotaging the CCTV system at the shop, CCTV cameras installed by the traffic police at the ESI Hospital Junction managed to capture their images. Cops sent them to the automation center for verification. With all the senior police officials arrived the dog squad as well. After gathering all the available clues that were left behind by the miscreants, the body was then sent for a post-mortem. The news of Shravan Kumar's death left his wife and 2 children shattered. His son Rishabh, a PUC student, and his daughter Sneha, a commerce undergraduate, were being consoled by the other relatives and cops at the spot. After all the misery that the miscreants put the family through, the family's prayers have finally been answered after almost a year's time. Yes, the gang of 4 which had put a brutal end to Shravan's life has finally been nabbed. But how? Now this is an interesting story. Since January, every jeweler has been leading a life filled with tension because of the recent attacks on the people belonging to their community and profession. Though one of the cases has been detected, the other cases were still seeking attention. However, the Ahmedabad cops were certain that they could crack all the cases soon, and they did.
अहमदाबाद में कुछ समय से ज्वेलरी शॉप्स ऊपर, सोनियों के ऊपर